Find other great podcasts like this one at podmoth.network.
Hey everyone, Dave here to tell you about my show Cryptid Cocktail Party. Looking for a good time filled with laughter, intriguing tales, and a splash of the supernatural? Well, maybe I can help. Every week I bring on a rotating cast of guests to have a few drinks, share a few laughs, and take a dive into the unknown. Join us as we raise our glasses and tell the tales of some of the world's most famous cryptids, from the legendary Grafton Monster to the elusive Dover Demon and the enigmatic Mothman. But that's not all. Our party spills over into the world of the extraterrestrial, encounter the spine-chilling Flatwoods Monster, the mischievous Hopkinsville Goblin, and uncover the truth about infamous alien encounters. You need a dash of mystery? We got you covered. Delve into mind-blowing conspiracy theories such as the infamous Philadelphia experiment and the secrets hidden within the Denver airport. Cryptid Cocktail Party is a weekly comedy podcast that guarantees laughter, curiosity, and a few surprises along the way. Cheers to the unknown.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Hey, what's up, you guys?
I'm Kathryn,
And I'm Hayley,
and we are Saturdays for the Ghouls.
a Podmoth podcast.
How are you, Hayley? How's my beautiful little cinnamon bun?
I'm a little cinnamon bun.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's so cute. What would you be? You're my little honey bun, sugar
That
plum.
tub of lard. Oh.
Hey.
Aw.
Hey, you called me little.
So you think I'm skinny?
It's like you're my little sugar plum cake. I'm fucking tired,
Oh, okay.
but that's normal. I mean, I guess I'm more tired than normal. For y'all that don't know, a bitch has been moving.
Moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in her town. Today's Spooky Week, in case anyone was wondering. Hayley, are you excited for Spooky Week?
Yeah, because I don't entirely know what to expect.
Okay, so here's the thing. Hayley and I, mostly Hayley, but we've both been rather busy. But we did not want to leave you for a week without an episode. We still wanted to do an episode, right, Hayley?
Right.
She's like, no, I didn't, but she made me.
You can't see it, but there's a gun to my head.
So we were thinking, everyone, what is the spookiest thing that's happening in the real world right now? Other than my bank account.
Yeah, I was going to say, other than my fucking bank account being drained.
Yeah. So the scariest thing that's happening right now is AI. And Hayley, are you scared of AI?
No.
You're not?
Mm-mm.
You don't think AI is going to take over the world?
Maybe. They probably
like-
do a lot better job than now.
She's like, it's not my world. I just live here.
It's not. I don't get paid enough for that. It's not my job to worry about it.
Okay. Well, someone told me if you don't embrace AI, it's going to take you out. So here we are embracing AI technology.
We are friends with AI.
ChatGPT is our best friend. I don't have Snapchat anymore, but Snapchat AI is our best friend.
Oh, I literally sent you a Snapchat like 3 months ago.
Yeah, I don't even have an app on my phone anymore.
Jeez.
But Snapchat does have an AI, and I've heard really creepy things with people talking to Snapchat AI. They're all like, are you listening to me? And they're like, I don't listen to you. But then they were like, I heard you like, and then you're like, I thought you couldn't listen to us. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Have you used your Snapchat AI?
Mm-mm.
Oh. What I have used is my AI DJ on Spotify. It's kind of fun. It's like, hey, yo, I'm your DJ AI, and I'm going to spin some tracks for you. And every so often they'll come in and change up the beat or change up the like genre. And if it's not something you're feeling, just tap the AI button and let me know and I'll change it sooner. And so like it like takes all of the songs that are like I like and that are on my playlist and like all that stuff. And It just like makes curated lists.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
I would use that.
yeah, that's super fun. But anyway, so AI. Today we're doing a Q and Slay, if you'd like to say.
Q and Slay.
Yes. Anyway, so we're gonna do a Q and Slay, but these are like spooky questions.
Okay.
They're not just like, what's your favorite color? Like, you don't give a shit about us. I know that. Spooky babes, you don't care.
They're like, oh, I want to know your favorite color. It's purple and green. Shocker.
Yeah. Yeah. Hayley's purple, mine's green. Maybe after our questions from AI, we will tell you some questions of get to know us. But anyway, ChatGPT has created our questions for us. I went to ChatGPT and I said, please create a list of, and I put 25 in case you wanted to skip any of them, spooky questions with spooky topics, right? And so they gave me a list of 25 questions, and I'm just going to read one by one. And in case you guys don't know how a Q&A works, I'm going to read a question, and then we're both going to answer the question.
All right.
So, are you ready, Hayley, for your first AI-generated question, spooky question?
Ooh, this is exciting. Yes.
Okay, so I already want to skip this one. Okay, so the reason I'm going to skip it, I'm going to read it to you, but it's because we've done probably 4 episodes about this exact topic.
Urban legend.
So the first question is, what's the scariest urban legend you've ever heard of, and do you believe it's true?
I was going to say the slit mouth girl.
Do you believe it's true?
I don't know. I don't want to say no. I don't want to say yes. Also,
is it one of those ones that like you believe in it and it like becomes?
Yeah.
Or like the more you think about it.
And then also the skinwalkers.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I literally anything like a skinwalker or a Wendigo or anything that's like a shape-shifting, and I don't want to talk about it, but I drove through Arizona and New Mexico. So I'm just gonna say that I don't want to ever encounter anything like that.
Yep.
It's just like when you're in the Appalachian Mountains and you see something in the trees. No, you didn't. And when I got to Childress, Texas, we got to a hotel there, and there was this dog that didn't have an owner who was just kind of wandering around. It was like a lab, and his coat was weird. And he was like sniffing my like suitcases and stuff. And he was like looking out into the trees that were around the hotel. And I was like, who do you belong to? And then he almost peed on my bag. That's a very dog thing to do. But then he was like, just like growling, and like he never barked. He growled though. And like Childress is right on the inside of Texas from New Mexico. That's why I was like thinking back to that dog, and I'm like, where the fuck did that dog come from? And the reason why he looked weird to me, and I hate saying this, he looked like someone who created a dog who's only seen one lab dog. Like, it didn't look like a dog. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I think it was just because he was unkempt. He wasn't like taken care of. He wasn't very clean. But it was kind of weird. There was just like a rando lab walking around this hotel. Anyway, I'm not saying it's anything. I'm not saying it's anything. I was very nice to it, and I just locked my door and went inside. Anyway, our next question, and again, this is another one we've probably already answered. Have you ever had a paranormal experience that you couldn't explain?
Yeah.
Yes, we have. We both have. Now, here it goes. What are some haunted locations in your area that you would want to visit?
Thorn Lane Castle.
Okay. Anywhere else?
That one place that Garrett went to in Spokane.
Oh, the hospital. St. Augustine's.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm very new to Texas, and I have not found any haunted places here. But I would be willing to go. If someone was going to come with me, I wouldn't be able to go by myself. I'm just not that kind of bitch. What is your most bone-chilling horror movie that you've ever seen, and why?
Ooh. Bone-chilling.
Honestly, and I feel like maybe it's nostalgic reasons to say this one, but I think I would say Grave Encounters.
Yeah, I figured you were going to say that because that is very nostalgic for you. Probably, for me, The Grudge.
Mm.
The grudge
Okay.
always gets me.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. Have you ever encountered any cursed objects or artifacts? And my answer to this is I fucking hope not. But probably my family has a lot of really old things. Very old dolls, very old everything. And I hope that I've not met anything that's been cursed, but I would not be surprised if I had come in contact with something like that.
That to me sounds like a lot of nope.
Yep.
Nope.
It's true.
Yeah, I would say honestly, I fucking hope not as well. But side note, part of my, I guess this also ties into like a ghost story. When I lived in Germany, the area that the housing was built on was apparently it was a burial ground during like where the people from the Holocaust were buried. So like I guess there used to be like a concentration camp there. And
Oh
so
no.
there's a lot of dead bodies there. And one of our neighbors, like literally across the street, which is one of my dad's like good army buddies, he literally brought a bone back to his house. And even as like a 6-year-old, I was like, Jonathan,
That bone,
put it back.
where it came from.
I was like, bro, that's just bad juju right there.
Seriously.
And that entire, like, all those houses were haunted for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's crazy. So you actually probably have come in contact with human remains then, if you were a kid
Probably.
in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, I'm sorry.
Right outside our house, there's this deep ditch that I would always play in. It's where like the water, would drain out of. And I would just fill that up with water and play in it. I mean, I never thought anything of it till now, but how many of those were actually rocks?
Oh no. How long did you live in Germany? 6 years?
Yeah.
And we wonder why you're like obsessed with horror movies and like all this stuff. No.
And I never actually thought about that until now. Literally.
It's always you're like, thanks, Kathryn.
I'm like, wow, childhood ruined. I'm just kidding.
Just add more childhood trauma.
It doesn't help that I'm German either, so they probably fucking hated me.
Oh yeah, they did. Oh my gosh. Well, you're not that kind of German. I just wanted to be super, super duper clear. We don't fuck with that.
Mm-mm.
Okay, next question. Do you believe in the existence of vampires, werewolves, or other supernatural creatures?
Yes.
Which ones, or just all?
All the above. But when I was younger, I literally was obsessed with the Lost Boys, right? And then they came out with another Lost Boys called Lost Boys the Tribe, and it has Kiefer Sutherland's brother in it. Oh my god, I was so in love with this man, and like, oh, there's a sex scene in there, bro. I was like in love with that man, and I literally would pretend like if I was outside, I'd be like, "Come bite me," and I would like imagine myself as a vampire, and I would just be like, I love their aesthetic of everything, and that's probably why I'm kind of the way I am,
which is
macabre, gothic, style-esque, whatever the fuck.
Okay.
Aesthetic.
So, I subscribe to the theory that if you think that we're fucking alone on this fucking planet or universe, you're an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it is vampires, and I'm not saying it is werewolves, but there's got to be something. Aliens, like there's for sure something. But when I was younger, I also very much so loved vampires. I was not a Twilight fan though, but I also watched Lost Boys. I was just very much I liked creepy things, but I wasn't allowed to like creepy things. Oh, that was my thing. I wasn't really allowed to watch creepy things.
You had to like them in secrecy.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. Have you ever encountered a creepy or unexplained creature in the wild? I would say no.
Considering I barely go into public, let alone the wild.
Yeah, I'm not an outdoor cat. I'm a strictly indoor cat. Outdoor experiences are just not fun for me. Okay, next question. What is the most disturbing unsolved mystery that you've come across?
Ooh.
Still unsolved now, maybe? If you know. I don't know.
Ooh. The Black Dahlia.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. I'd have to say, there's just so fucking many. I don't know. I'll go with Black Dahlia too.
Copycat.
I just don't know the names.
I'll go with my top 3. Okay. They're
Okay.
probably like they're the most basic ones too.
Mhm.
The Black Dahlia has always been like
It's a big one.
just like Jeffrey Dahmer for some reason. Those two I've always been like obsessed with or
Yeah.
intrigued by.
But Jeffrey Dahmer's not really unsolved.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like true crime
wise, yes.
But there's the Black Dahlia, there's the Zodiac Killer, which wasn't that solved recently or no?
Yeah, Zodiac Killer is solved now.
Okay. And then Jack the Ripper.
Oh yeah, Jack the Ripper. Those are all really good ones. There's also DB Cooper, who is like a bank robber.
Oh yeah, the many faces of DB Cooper.
So those are the ones. And again, during true crime, I probably would never pick one of those big cases because they're just a lot and there's so much to do. If I was going to do an unsolved case, it would be like a Jane Doe case or like something like that. And if you are interested, you can check out the Doe Identified podcast. If you love unsolved mysteries, she talks about only unsolved cases. Woo, shout out. Okay. Next question is, have you ever dabbled with the Ouija board or other forms of spirit communication?
Yes.
What happened when you did your Ouija board?
Okay, I haven't done a Ouija board.
Oh, okay.
I kind of want to do one, but I'm also on the fence of not doing one.
Yeah.
Like ever.
Yeah.
I know Bailey's done one with his friend. I've done the stick
poles.
Yeah, the poles.
Yeah. And what happened? Was something spooky happened?
They just crossed. Like,
were they completely answering your questions, or was it like that doesn't make sense?
They were kind of they were answering my questions, but I don't know. It was just they were stupid questions.
Were you like in high school or like middle school, or like now?
I was yesterday. No. It was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 5. It was probably like 5.
Okay. So I've never done a Ouija board because my family really instilled fear in me that Ouija boards were going to link me to like a demon and I would not be able to be tethered to that demon forever. I'm still terrified of Ouija boards. I have done a spirit box.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a static and then like it'll tune into a station. You can do that with any radio. And so I've done that, but like it didn't really make any sense because I don't know if I was like understanding. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just remember this one. When I was like back in high school or whatever, I downloaded one of those ghost apps.
Oh yeah.
I like show if there's a ghost near you.
Yeah. I've also done like voice memo recordings where I like ask questions and like play it back to hear if anyone said anything. But like no, there's never anything other than me. So
my loud annoying ass asking questions.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Next question. Share any terrifying encounters with shadow people or other dark entities?
Nope. Nope.
I don't have any. I've never encountered them. I don't want to encounter them. I don't know who they are. I don't want to know who they are. Don't tell me. Okay. Next.
Most of the time I see them shadow people is when I'm in the sun.
You're right.
That's it.
ChatGPT is really trying to curse us, aren't they? Okay. Next. What are some chilling true crime cases that have haunted you? Literally any crime case that's on I Survived. All of those are terrifying. Also, if we're gonna go with like cases that I've covered on the podcast, JC Dugard, episode 1, the Ariel Castro and the 3 girls that he kept hostage for 10 years. Anything that's like hostage related is very impactful to me, you know. And then last but not least, the Ken and Barbie killer. I've had that researched for so long, but I can never bring myself to do that episode of true crime. But the Ken and Barbie killer.
Yeah. I think honestly, anything to do with like kidnapping or assault, that's just like awful to me.
Crimes against children, that's like the worst, you know, obviously.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Jeffrey Dahmer because like I was obsessed with him. Like that makes it sound bad. I wasn't obsessed with him, but the story.
The case, yeah. The other hard part about this question is like you're trying to ask us to like rate crime cases that are like scary, but like to me, like all kinds of crime are like not good, obviously. So I'm afraid that if I'm like leaving something out, which is why I'm being so broad about it, I just wanted to preface that.
Right. And like if one of us is saying like, oh, like we really are obsessed with this one, like we're not saying that we're glorifying them at all.
Right.
I've just always been into like what makes people tick sometimes.
Yeah.
Or why they do that.
Right. Hayley and I have both wanted to do some sort of like criminal psychology or criminal justice or criminal something. And the only way you really do that is by studying. Okay. Next question. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis or any other sleep related phenomena?
No.
Like lucid dreaming?
No.
Me neither. Not that I remember. I don't remember anything when I sleep. I mean, I'll remember a dream for like 30 minutes, but then after I'm awake for long enough, I'm like, I don't remember why I was even angry when I woke up, but like something bad happened in my dream. So yeah, speaking of sleeping, what is the scariest nightmare you've ever had?
Oh God, I have a few.
Okay, let us know. I don't remember my dreams, so
you don't have an answer? You never had a nightmare that you remember?
I mean, I remembered it when it happened, but I don't remember it now when I'm 32.
Dang, that's crazy.
Like my nightmares include like slasher movie kind of things, intruders, and showing up to places naked. That has happened more than once. Like I'll look down and I won't have a fucking shirt on and I'll be like,
not my titties. Oh man. No, but when I was little, I don't know what it was, but I used to have a lot of nightmares. I mean, I did watch a lot of horror movies as a kid. But yeah, I would watch a lot of horror movies. I would have a lot of nightmares. And I remember thinking to myself, I could write some pretty good horror movies. Because I'd never seen movies like that before. So I was like, how am I thinking about this? But one, I remember waking up and my heart was in my ears, like beating so hard. I don't remember all of it, obviously. I just remember I was like running on this like train or subway or something. I was just running from this like scary killer mask guy. And then there's this one. It was so much scarier in my head, but it was like a full ass like story. I was like, me and my family moved to this like lake house and there was nothing else around us. I remember I was like living my life. I started like going to the school. I met this boy. We started like becoming a thing. And I was in love with this man. And then at night, the dead started rising from the lake. And the leader of like the undead army was my boyfriend.
Nice. Was he also undead?
Yes.
You had a boyfriend who was a zombie? Oh my gosh.
Apparently. That was one of the nightmares. And I was just like, no.
Damn, that would be hot. Imagine it's like Twilight. You meet this guy, you start dating him, but he's a fucking zombie. That's like a summer. That's like a summer horror movie. Like you go to a lake house with your family for summer. Some like. Could see that as like a summer horror flick.
I just become the queen of the undead.
That's exactly what the trilogy would happen. You would be like torn between your love for the undead leader and then like your love for your family and being alive. You're gonna have to make the choice.
So I've had a reoccurring nightmare, and it involves sharks
Ooh.
in the ocean. I'm just like swimming in the ocean, right? There's nothing around me, nothing at all. And I'm going. And then I look behind me and there's a shark like just like coming at me, you know? So I'm like trying to swim as fast as I can. And then in the distance, I see a ladder, like a dock, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta go. So I'm going, and then I'm trying to climb up, but I keep slipping back in. I fall, I turn around to like see, and it's just the mouth like coming at me, and I wake up.
Ugh.
It's fucking awful.
All right, let's move on to our next question. Can you share any eerie coincidences or premonitions that you've experienced?
I feel like the weirdest, I guess, premonitions would probably be like this shit would happen to me all the time. I would think of an episode of something, like example SpongeBob.
Mm.
Just a random episode. And it would come on like TV.
Yeah.
Like that exact episode. And I'd be like, whoa.
Remember at Crypticon when we were like, what's the next movie coming up after this movie?
Oh my
and it was
God,
fucking
that.
Barbarian, which is we've met the mother from Barbarian at Crypticon just earlier that day. Like,
bro, that was wild.
That was very, very creepy.
So basically, I think that whole weekend was weird because of all the months. Maybe it's just because it's halfway to Halloween, but MTV was doing like a Scream marathon.
Yep.
So me and Kathryn were watching Scream like all Saturday, it felt like. And then Sunday, that's when we like went to the interview for Matthew Patrick Davis, who plays the mother in Barbarian. And Kathryn was like, man, I really want to watch Barbarian now. And I was like, me too, you know. But we go back to the room. We're just kind of chilling. It's the last day. The con's over. We're just doing our thing. And we see The Conjuring's on because nothing else is really on. So we're like, all right, we'll watch it. And then Jennifer's Body comes on after that.
Yes.
And Kathryn's like, I've never seen that movie. So I was like, fuck yeah, we're going to watch it. It's like a guessing game because we're like, oh, what's going to come on next? And then we see like Tess pull up in the car, and I was like, or we just see like the house. And I'm like, bitch, I think it's fucking Barbarian. And Kathryn's like, you're lying. You're fucking lying. Like,
and then the car pulls up and I'm like, it's Barbarian? Are you serious? Yeah. It was insane. I think that one of us was like, wouldn't it be funny if it was Barbarian? I feel like one of us said something along those lines, not like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like watch it be Barbarian or something. Like
and it was.
We were exactly. Because we were like, oh, we get to guess what the next movie is because that's exactly what we did with Jennifer's Body. But like those, like I always have deja vu. I always have like eerie coincidences like that.
Same.
Anyway, let's go move on to the next question, I guess. Okay, what is the creepiest encounter you've had with a stranger or a neighbor?
Oof.
When I used to work at a grocery store in a cash office, and my job was to close the cash registers down. So there was this guy who used to come into the grocery store, and he would come up to my counter and he'd like hold me hostage at my counter like for hours trying to talk to me. And I'd be like, oh, I just got to go back to get to work. And like I'd hide in my little cash office place because it was locked and no one could talk to me from there. But he would literally stand at the like counter waiting for me to come out. And so I was thinking nothing of it, but he was staying longer and longer every time he'd come to the counter, and he would come to the counter at least once or twice a week. And so I was always pretty much surrounded by people. The cashiers were like right in front of the front desk, and I was always in eye contact of the like Starbucks in the store. So like if there was any problems, I could have like bailed someone down. But anyways, he stayed around and waited like in the Starbucks little like dining area for me to finish working and go clock out. And so I went upstairs to clock out, and then I like waited because I knew he was down there. I waited like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And when I walked down the stairs and turned the corner, he was waiting at the little entrance to the employee section. And so then he started walking with me to my car. And I was like, this is not good, Kathryn. Like, you can't show him like where your car is or what your car looks like. Because at the time I was driving a 2003 Ford Explorer red. And so like that was not a common car. Like, it was, if I was there, he'd know if I walked him to my car. And so I was trying to literally think of any other option of not walking him towards my car. And I had actually gotten out 2 hours late that day. So not only had he held me hostage at work, but he basically held me hostage in the parking lot for another like hour, trying to like talk to me. And I kept like, I did actually get in my car and I did like say, okay, well, I gotta go. Like, I gotta get home and do homework. Like, da 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 da. He held me at that place for so long that my dad drove over to the grocery store to see where I was because I hadn't come home and my phone was dead and I couldn't text anyone.
God.
And like, I literally was not able to get away from this guy. Like, he was standing in front of my doorway of my car. Like, I couldn't close the door. And like, I don't know, it was a whole thing. But my dad got so pissed and he was like, you have to come home now. And I was like, I gotta go. And like, he backed off and I shut the door and I zoomed off. But I was like, I don't know, it was really creepy.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate this story. But okay. So, or when I was a freshman in high school, I would walk to and from school, right?
Yeah.
It would take me like 30 minutes to get home.
Yeah.
And I pass all these bus stops like for the transit. And I walk past this bus stop and this guy like got off the bus and he ended up like, he started talking to me and he was like, oh, did you just get off the bus? And I was like, no. And he was like asking me questions about the bus. So I thought, oh, maybe he didn't get on that bus. He missed it. I don't know. But I was just walking and he's older. Like this, it was probably like 30s. I was like 15, but he was probably in his like 30s. And he's just walking with me and talking with me. And we had this neighbor my dad was friends with this guy that lived outside of our apartment complex at like one of the houses. And he would always be outside with his dog. I was like, please be there, please be there, please be there. Because I was getting almost home. And this man is like still walking with me. And I'm clearly uncomfortable because I'm just kind of being short with them and like, like, and unfortunately, he was not outside. I did not want to walk into my complex, but I had no others. I did, but the guy like stopped and he was like, oh, well, I can't go in. Like, he made it seem like he couldn't go in there. And he was like, can I get a hug or something? And I was like, no. And I walked away and I went straight to the office just in case if he was like still following me. I was talking to my apartment manager about it. Like, I described what he looked like. And she said that guy has been like banned from the property because he's been harassing the girls that live there, like the children.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it really scared me. Like, I was so scared to walk home. I didn't want to. Yeah, I was just terrified. I still walked to and from school, but I hated it all the time. Oh,
okay. I don't want to talk about creepy encounters anymore.
Yeah, I'm getting sad.
Yeah, me too. Next question. Do you have any personal superstitions or rituals to ward off evil spirits?
No.
No, but not specifically to ward off evil spirits. No. Like, I don't sage. I don't do any of that stuff. All right. Next, have you ever witnessed a seance or participated in a paranormal investigation?
No. That sounds fun.
Okay, so also no, but like, does an exorcism count?
The fuck?
Okay, but it's not like a fun exorcism. I don't know if there's a such thing as a fun exorcism.
What the fuck do you mean you were part of an exorcism?
I just mean that's the kind of religion that I grew up in and have been a part of or in the room for a lot of different things. I was not a part of it myself because I was young, but I have been in the room for a lot of things in regards to the church.
I witnessed an exorcism. Anywho,
Okay, I didn't witness anything that's like Emily Rose. Like, that's not the kind of exorcisms. They probably wouldn't even have called it an exorcism. Okay. Can you share any this is the same as one of the other questions. Can you share any spine-tingling encounters with poltergeists or haunted objects? No. Okay, next question. What's the scariest ghost story you've ever heard from a friend or an acquaintance? Lampa. Next question.
Lampa.
If you guys don't know the Lampa story, you guys got to watch back in Campfire Stories. I think it was October 2 years ago. Also,
Bro,
if you did like Moist Boys podcast, that one, it was also on that one. I think we did it like 3 or 4 times on here. Okay. Have you ever felt a presence or been touched by an unseen force?
Yes.
Yes.
Next
question. Can you share any hair-raising encounters with a disembodied voice or EVP?
Lampa. Next question.
What is the most haunted place you've ever been?
Lampa. Next question.
And or your burial ground house.
Yeah.
And the last question, which is such a terrible question. Have you ever had a near-death experience or felt a close encounter with the supernatural?
Lampa.
Lampa. We could have just probably answered Lampa to every single one of these questions. Okay. Those are all the questions that ChatGPT asked us. We're going to do a quick get to know the podcaster question segment. Okay, Hayley, are you ready for some like
quick fire questions?
quick fire get to know you questions? You know what? Let's ask ChatGPT.
Okay.
Okay, Hayley, are you ready for this?
I'm ready to get to know myself better.
No, the spooky babes are going to get to know you.
Oh.
Okay.
Are you sure you want that?
I think they do.
Okay. All right. I'll give it to you.
Question number 1. What is your favorite hobby or pastime?
Just shuts down.
Forgets everything that she likes to do. Listen to music, watch movies, crafts.
Okay. I used to dance a lot. I don't as much anymore, but I do love dancing. I'm serious though. I used to do Zumba and like no one else would do it. I don't know. But now my hobbies are probably, listening to music that is usually screaming at me, playing video games sometimes, especially first person shooter. Oh, I love zombies.
Yeah.
I would love to be good at craft. See, my thing is I hyper fixate on like one thing for like weeks straight and then I stop.
My favorite hobby right now is reading. I read like 20 books a month. I am an overconsumption girly. Nothing in my life is gray. It's either black or white. I either do it or I don't.
That's true. Oh, and she also has a TikTok that she's kind of getting a little famous up there. Oh, she's leaving the podcast and my ass behind.
I do have a book talk called Bookiest School Club, kind of along the same batteries are for the ghouls, ghoul friends, spooky babes. So like,
yeah.
It's the same brand. It's just talking about books. So if you guys like reading as much as I do and you like book talk, you can go follow me there. Bookish School Club. I'll link it down in the description below. So if you want, you can follow me. Okay. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? Hayley?
Tokyo.
Italy. Nice. What is your favorite type of cuisine?
Mexican.
Mexican, yes. Me and Hayley both love Mexican. Yeah. Are you a morning person or a night owl? Here's the thing.
I was going to say, this is a hard one because I'm neither. I feel like I'm a happy medium because I can get up early. I'm going to fucking complain about it. But I also can't stay up that late as much as I used to. Like, I hate going out at night. So I'm an afternoon girly.
My favorite hour is golden hour.
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel the same, but I feel like I'm a night owl who has been trained to become early riser because of corporate America. So like I used
Okay.
to I used to stay up till like 2 a.m. or later, like every night when I was younger and I used to work night shifts. But since I moved into a shift where I have to work at like 8 a.m., I have to wake up earlier, therefore I fall asleep earlier. And like, but my soul is better at nighttime. Like I am grumpy in the morning. I am not a fun person to hang around in the morning.
Okay. I'm the same way because
I,
I
I
also
feel
used
like
to stay up super late.
I'm a night owl that has been trained by corporate America to have to wake up in the morning. All right, next. What is your go-to comfort food?
Hmm. I would. Okay. Are we saying like home cooked meals or restaurant?
Whichever. Whatever is your go-to. Like, if you needed a comfort meal right now, what would you do?
Taco Bell.
Okay. I understand that, yeah. I would also say my family's pasta and meat sauce. I'm Italian. So like pasta night in my household is very fun. But if I was going for like by myself, probably macaroni and cheese.
Oh, I was thinking that too. I was like
I
macaroni
also
and
do
cheese.
love myself some Taco Bell and like chips and salsa. Like all those things are very much comforting to me. Anyway, do you prefer books or movies?
This is hard. Okay, so here's the thing. I love books,
Mhm.
but I feel like a movie is so much faster to watch than to read a
Yes.
book for me. So for time's sake, I would say movies to get that, thrill in.
Right.
And I have yet to really read a book that scares me like an actual like horror movie would,
Yeah.
but I'm trying. But if I read the book, I will hate the movie.
I think that if it comes down to like a book that is a movie, I prefer the book. But again, movies are faster, but maybe you'll get more from the book. Who knows?
You definitely get more from the book.
Mhm.
There are a few books that I read that I preferred the movie, and
Okay.
one of those is The Notebook.
Oh, I never read The Notebook. I've
So
never
I
read a
read The
Nicholas
Notebook.
Sparks book. Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm so sorry. This sounds so bad. I don't want to read a Nicholas Sparks.
Yeah,
I don't want an old white man to write my romance books. You know what I mean? Like, I just know that that's just gonna be bad for me. Like, I'm just gonna stick with romance books that are written by the girls, the gays, and the days. That's all I want. I'm sorry. I that's that's all I want. Okay, what's the next question? What is your favorite season and why?
fall
Fall, yeah. Because
because
one,
one,
it's oh,
because
I
one,
was
it's spooky season.
that's what I was gonna say. And two,
Two, it's our birthdays.
yes, and three, it's not
Like,
too hot, not too cold.
yeah,
Next question. Are you more of an introvert or an extrovert?
introvert.
I'd say an introvert, but I feel like I can become extroverted when I'm around people that are like, oh,
I'm very introverted most of the time, but if I'm around you or like, I've noticed if I'm bringing someone that is also introverted, I become extroverted.
yeah, that helps.
Oh,
Next question. What is your favorite way to unwind and relax?
I would say just like coming home, taking your shoes off, just like getting in some like shorts and just chilling in your room, popping on some true crime or even just playing my game right now that I'm obsessed with.
I think that jammy time is the best time of day when you get to get into fresh jammies. And then I like to read a book or I like to play video games. Okay, this is your last question of your get to know you.
Awesome.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Ooh,
I have mine.
this is hard. Okay. I've had 3 that I've like thought about before.
Mhm.
Okay. So invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
obviously, because
Right.
you can go wherever.
Yeah.
I've also thought about flying. A bitch is scared of heights. You really think I'm
Yeah.
gonna fucking fly?
Right.
Anyway, I've also thought about mind reading, but I feel like
No,
I would
I don't want to
cry.
know. Yeah.
I would
I don't want
cry.
to know.
But I think the one that I've mainly like always thought about is I wish I could time travel.
That's what I always say. I always say, I wish that I could bend space and time, which means I can like teleport, I could time travel, any kind of like, you know, Doctor Who shit. I I just would like love to never have to like drive anywhere ever again. I would like my commute everywhere to be 0 minutes and 0 seconds. I just want to teleport to wherever I need to be whenever I need to be.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be so nice.
And the other thing that I think would be super cool, especially here in Texas, is I'd like to be able to make ice. Just like
Frozen.
instant, yeah, like Frozen. Not like Elsa. I don't want to make a castle. I just want to be able to like, where is my super suit? You know, like
I think this is a little fun. This is a little chill, sit down, hanging out with your ghouls, your goo
hanging out with the
friends.
ghouls. The one last thing I'm going to ask ChatGPT to give us, you know, it's the end of the episode, and you know what next week is crime movie week, right? We're going to ask ChatGPT for 3 crime movies about crime, so that we can pick our topic for next week.
Oh, okay.
3 thriller movies. Let's see what that gives us.
I'm curious.
Okay, these are very popular movies, I feel like. Okay, so the first one is Seven with the V as a 7. And
Yes.
it's a psychological crime thriller that follows
Oh.
2 detectives as they track down a serial killer that uses 7 deadly sins as their inspiration for his murders. Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman. We all know that movie. The next movie is The Departed. It's a gripping crime thriller that revolves around an underground cop and a mole within the police force, and they both try to identify each other while infiltrating the Irish mob in Boston. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, and Jack Nicholson. And the last one is Gone Girl, and based on the best-selling novel by Gillian Flynn, it's a twisted thriller that explores the disappearance of a woman on her wedding anniversary and the subsequent investigation that reveals dark secrets. Starring Ben Affleck, Rosamund Pike, keeps people on the edge of their seats with their unpredictable plot twists.
That's a good one too.
These movies are known for their intense narratives, compelling characters, and suspenseful storytelling, which make them popular choices in the crime thriller genre. So what do you want to do? So we're going to do 3, which is Gone Girl.
Okay.
Isn't that fun?
Woo!
Okay. And this episode's been brought to you by ChatGPT. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this like super AI episode. We just were trying to fool around and have some fun. All right. Well, Hayley, do you have anything to tell Spooky Babes before we go?
Spooky babes, have a good day. The speech is definitely going to be short today because I'm hot and tired. But we love you. Thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next week. Back to you, Kathryn.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed us. Remember, if you like our podcast, leave us a rating on whatever you listen to podcasts on. It'd be really cool if you left us a little note in the like down there where you can do the podcast ratings. That would be super fun. And then just remember, you are awesome. You are super cool. You should do something good for yourself and be kind to others. And remember, the world's a better place with you in it. And we will see you
In your nightmares.